everyone, and
Hello,
welcome to
everybody.
today's webinar, Become a Master Recruiter with MAPS Coach Rich Rector. Please note this webinar is being recorded and you will automatically receive the webinar recording. If you have questions for your coach, please type them into the questions box located in your webinar taskbar. Following the webinar, if you have any questions about today's call or coaching programs, please email us at fasttrack@kw.com. That's fasttrack@kw.com. That's all for me, Rich. Take it away.
All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. So we've got a 30-minute session here that we're going to go through some different thoughts and tips and things I'm going to share with you, and I'm excited about that. So a couple things, when we look at mastering recruiting, we want to take a look at it in the form of a business, right? Because recruiting is a business, just like real estate sales is a business, because it's predictable, it's duplicatable, and we can create a plan around it because we have numbers that, again, are predictable. So we're going to go through some of those things today. So that means that whether you want to hire 5 people a month or 25 people a month, it's all a matter of creating the predictability and then scaling that, right? I have the privilege of working with some great team leaders that are doing 20 plus recruits a month. And the difference is that they've scaled, right? They've mastered certain different components of recruiting that we're going to talk about, but also they've scaled their efforts, meaning they've created leverage through systems, through people. So recruiting is a predictable event. So let's just take a look at this real quick. What makes some recruiters good and okay and others great is that they have a system. Okay, all great recruiters have a system that they follow, right? And it's really their level of mastery of that system that makes them, great versus just average. So let's take a look at what that recruiting system consists of. So it consists of, first of all great recruiters, and I want you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 in these different categories. 10 being best, and be honest with yourself, right? I mean, we're moving, towards the last month of the first quarter here. Ask yourself, do you have a predictable, strategic recruiting plan? Okay, I'm not talking about a 1-3-5 for the market center. I'm talking about a recruiting plan with target lists and specific strategies that you're going to utilize for those different target groups, right? Recruiting new agents is a lot different than recruiting, R2 agents. So the strategies are different. So do you have a specific strategic recruiting plan that really separates the different targets of who you're going after and what that looks like in terms of the strategies and tactics that we're going to talk about in a second for each of those different groups? And do you know the numbers that it's going to take to get those different recruits, depending on which bucket they're in? Because once you know those things, now it's just a matter of putting effort in to those different recruit buckets, new, mid-tier agents, cappers, right? And then knowing what your conversion rate is, your contact rate, conversion rate, and then how much time it takes, right, in that contact and in that appointment time to really create a system around, wow, what's it going to take to get 10 gross this month? If of my 10 gross, I'm going to have 5 of them be new agents and 5 of them be, experienced agents, with 2 cappers and 3 being, R1s but experienced. What does that look like? What is it going to take? How many appointments am I going to have? How many hours am I going to have to invest in a month to get 10 with that type of mix? See, all of that is just numbers. It's all predictable because you have that math. And once you can build that math into the goals that you have set into a plan, now you're able to scale things so that you can hit the numbers that you want to hit. Okay. So that's really one of the keys, is having a right plan and understanding who your targets are and what are the best strategies. right? You've got to master the leadership playbook. Talked a lot about that last week at Family Reunion, right? Master the leadership playbook. We have to set appointments, setting up business consultations, not recruiting appointments, right? People don't want to be recruited, right? So we have to set up conversations that create curiosity, right? And now you can use a little bit of fear of what's going on with Zillow and Redfin and protecting their business and their clients, right? But we have to create enough curiosity that people want to talk to you, right? When you look at the your MLS, you look at the agent population. What percentage of those people do you think woke up today wanting to change companies? 5%, maybe 10 at the absolute max. So you have 90 to 95% of the agents that didn't wake up today wanting to move. So we don't want to use a do you want to move approach in our appointment setting. So what's your level of mastery in setting appointments on a scale of 1 to 10? Number 5, how good are you at the needs analysis? How good are you at the 10-step recruiting presentation? Where you don't sell them on KW, because remember, they don't want to move, but you actually lead them through questions, through the 4 quadrants: positive present, positive future, negative future, and get them to self-discover that as well as they may be doing and as much as they love where they're at, they've hit a ceiling. They've hit a plateau. They don't have solutions on how to get to the next level or accomplish their goal or deal with their time challenges or whatever it may be. So how good are you at number 5 on a scale of 1 to 10? I believe that number 5 is the most important component of experienced agent recruiting, is mastering the needs analysis and the recruiting presentation. How do I know that? Because we can get appointments, right? We can get appointments. We know the scripts to use. I mean, heck, a lot of you use cyber recruiters that I work with, right? Those are people that set appointments for team leaders. So we can get appointments. The challenge is closing them. And the closing comes from number 5, which is determining, right, your value propositions, really knowing how to communicate those in the 10-step recruiting presentation after you've done the needs analysis. Number 6, recruiting system. What's your level of mastery? What makes some recruiters phenomenal that grows 20, 25, 30 a month, and others that may struggle? Learning the closing process and how to handle objections. How good are you at that? Number 7, key component to the recruiting system is your time management, your schedule management component, and accountability and discipline, right? To hit your schedule and your time blocks in your schedule for recruiting. If recruiting is our big rock, right? It's our 20%. What percentage of the time are we hitting those blocks in our schedule? Primarily the appointment setting and the lead follow-up blocks. And are you tracking your numbers, right? So that you can create a predictable and duplicatable outcome. It's a really important number 7. Number 8, how good is your lead follow-up system? 70%, 70% of your hires will join you during the lead follow-up process. That's the mass majority of them. How good is your system? What do you say? How often do you follow up? What are you sending them? Next, number 9, scale of 1 to 10. How good are you at developing, and do you have a great agent transition and orientation system? When the minute that the recruit says yes, especially if they're an experienced agent, that's when the real work starts, right, guys? That's when we have to coach them out of their brokerage. That's when we have to work with them on the dialogue they're gonna use when they talk to their broker and tell them they're leaving. That's when we have to work with them on the process and the strategy on how to keep them engaged, to make sure that they complete, the move. If let's say they're waiting on a few closings and it's going to take a few weeks, how do we keep them engaged? So do you have a great transition program. Okay, scale of 1 to 10. And then when they are there, is it a wow experience? Have you wowed them? Is it concierge? Do they feel like, oh my gosh, this was the right move? Oh my gosh, I can't wait to tell my friends about this place. Right? Number 9, important, scale of 1 to 10. How would you rate yourself with your orientation system and your transition program? And then lastly, in terms of the recruiting system, scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate yourself in terms of your ability to leverage the hires? Turn 1 hire into 3. 1 hire into 3. Because they have such a great experience and you follow a plan. Do you have a leveraging plan? I share a 12-point leveraging plan on how to turn 1 hire into 3. Do you have a system around that? Because that makes your life so much easier, doesn't it? If you can leverage a capper that you just brought in and turn that into another 3 hires over the next 120 days, 180 days, that made your life a lot easier than starting cold. So the recruiting system, it's a mouthful there, but on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you grade, how would you rate yourself in those areas? So then you can take a look and see what your opportunity is if you have a low score under one of them. Okay, what are your best recruiting strategies? What are they? And are you using all the recruiting sources that we have? Are you using the leadership and recruiting playbook? Right? Recruiting consistently at a high level involves the accumulation effect, or requires the accumulation effect. What does that mean? That means having multiple recruiting strategies that are working simultaneously to get you a massive result. So that means you would have recruiting marketing, you would have referrals coming in, you'd be working your co-broke deals, the agents on the other side of the deals, right? What all the different recruiting sources, you're working all of them simultaneously. That creates that accumulation effect to give you massive results, rather than just having one thing that you do only. Okay, and that is a big part of what enables team leaders to hire 10 plus, 15 plus agents a month. It's not just because of one thing, it's because they have a lot of these different pieces and strategies working together in unison. Let's take a look at some of those strategies. What are some of those? Again, rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. How effective are you with these strategies? Phone calling, right? Everybody's favorite, right? Phone calling. How disciplined are you? How effective are you in making calls? Scale of 1 to 10. Agent referrals. Are you getting enough agent referrals? Are you asking every single day, are you asking an agent in your market center for a referral? Who do they know that could benefit from being here? Who do you know that could use these tools, use this support, use this tech platform? Recruiting events. It's always been one of our great ones. Educational and social, right? Educational events. We just got off a family reunion last week, as you all know, 50,000 attendees, right? Are you getting people to come to our educational events, our mastermind panels, right? Our speakers, the different things that you put on. Scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate yourself in that area? 4, co-broke transactions. The agents on the other end of the deal. Those of you, by the way, that use broker metrics, they have Terradatum, which is the parent company, has a free app that you can download on your phone that'll give you real-time information on the people, the agents that are co-broking with your agents. The price of the property, when it closed, how much it sold for, the agent's business trajectory, their production, and their contact information. Okay, so the green sheets and all the stuff that we were doing in the past, now you can get real-time data and you don't have to wait for anybody. Number 5, how would you rate yourself in terms of, pre-COVID, getting out and seeing the people, right? And how can you do that even virtually now? 6, we talked about that, leveraging hires, the critical strategy that most people don't put in the recruiting sources. I like to add this here because, again, you can turn one hire into multiple hires, which makes your life so much easier. Do you have a system around that? How would you rate yourself and your ability to do that? Not just posting welcome to the team hire announcement, but I'm talking about 5, 6, 7, 10, 12 other things that you're doing to really create a lot of noise around that people have joined you. Because remember, that gives you validity and credibility when people join you. Right? You see real estate agents do this, your top agents do this. They do a great job marketing their success. Market yours as well. Number 7, Facebook, website, social media, texting, video. What are you doing, right, from a marketing standpoint and social media standpoint? Are you sending out agent testimonials and hire announcements and your lure numbers? Are you using the smart, campaigns, smart plans? What are you sending out in marketing? Again, our agents do a great job, at least the top producers, at marketing to their database. What are we doing? How would you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10? These are where your opportunities lie, guys, is in the accumulation effect of having multiple strategies, again, working simultaneously to get you massive results. And then new agents, number 9, licensing schools, state licensee lists, career seminars. How would you rate your system there, and can you plus it up? And can you get somebody else to run it? And then number 10, which I think is critical, and we're seeing more and more and more market centers move in this direction. And I really believe, and I believe Gary even outlined it, this is the future, right? How he talked about, is Zillow and Redfin going to be the rainmakers of real estate, right? We need to be our own rainmaker in our office, in our local community, with the whole productivity and dependent model that he was talking about, right? Well, leverage, right, is part of that, right? Rainmakers have leverage, right? You're running the biggest team in the market center, being the market center. So are you leveraging your staff? Do you have virtual assistants helping you? As I mentioned a minute ago, we have over 185 cyber recruiters working for team leaders. That's just with Cyber Recruiter. There's a lot of virtual assistants working for our leadership teams. Take a look at that. It's very cost effective, and you're getting, in most cases, a lot more efficiency. So things to consider. Do you have an ATL? Do you have a productivity coach? How are you mobilizing your ALC and your growth committee? Right? All of your team should be working together, right, to help with the vision of the market center and the goals of the market center. Number 11, RKW initiatives, Keller Mortgage, the referral network, Keller Covered, right? And then we have the different models like the Indie model or the Mega Agent Office model. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate yourself with these recruiting sources? And where's there an opportunity for you? A couple thoughts I wanted to share with you also. Go ahead and you can put some questions. I see that there's some questions in the site there. Let me just address some of those because we have a few minutes. Let's see. Content relevant to solo agents. Will there be content relevant to solo agents like me? I think that if you're talking about in the Rockstar recruiting program that comes starting here in about a week on the 4th, yes. On this particular webinar, I think there's a lot of stuff that they can utilize. I work with a lot of agent rainmakers and teams that have people that recruit for their teams. All this is the same relevancy because it's the psychology around recruiting, right? Okay, so social announcements, other things. All right, so some questions on there that I think some people can go ahead and we'll have our staff answer some of those questions. All right, so agent mindset. Agents fear change. Remember that. Agents fear change. They're happy where they're at. They don't want to move. That's their mindset. 90% of them, again, didn't wake up today wanting to change companies. Why? Because they fear change. They think they're at the best company. They're content. There's safety in the environment that I'm used to, right? So what we have to do as recruiters, we have to get them and penetrate that mindset by getting them to recognize that what they're doing isn't necessarily allowing them to reach their potential. There's more for them out there. Remember, they're independent contractors, they're salespeople, they want more. They want the most amount of money in the least amount of time. That's what we all want, that perfect combination of whatever that looks like. So the biggest, it's time or money. That's their hot buttons, time or money. So our conversation needs to be around that. What's next for you? What's possible? Are you tracking for your goals? Are your goals big enough? Are you reaching your potential as a real estate agent? What's the next level of success for you? It's that kind of conversation, right, that's going to get them in a conversation and engaged with you rather than, I don't want to move, right? Which is why when you're setting an appointment, you don't want to call them up and say, hey, I'm calling to ask if you want to come check out Keller Williams, right? Now all of a sudden you're going to get a no, and you're playing a verbal tennis match there versus creating some curiosity, right? And getting them to want to have a conversation, want to come in for a business consultation, a business strategy meeting, to find out how to protect their business against Zillow and Redfin and these tech giants that are going after their clients. So we have to use the hot buttons of they want more money, they want more time. Agents are self-interested, meaning they don't really care about us. They don't care that we open a new market center or you're the new team leader. They care about themselves. And what's that? The most amount of money in the least amount of time. Curiosity is created by using third-party testimonials, agent success stories, right? When you hear that Bob Smith in our company took 8 listings last month in a tight inventory market, you want to know what he did. Use testimonials and success stories. Curiosity must be created in less than 10 seconds. So when you're setting an appointment, you got to create curiosity of less than 10 seconds to do that. Benefit evidence. Benefit evidence. What does that mean? That means you want to tie the benefit to evidence. Hey, have you heard about our referral, our international referral network program and system? Do you know that Jennifer Davis in our office generated $34,000 in referrals from agents sending her referrals? Is your company sending you referrals? Right? Hey, have you heard about our business strategy coaching program? Did you know that Bob Jones in our company took 8 listings in the last 30 days from the strategies and tactics that we're sharing with him? Hey, have you heard about the new Facebook lead accelerator tool where you can generate leads for less than $2? In fact, Sally Smith in our office just did 2 transactions last month from leads generated through the system. Are you interested in making more money this year? Right? Benefit evidence. Benefit evidence. All right. Needs analysis. Key things with the needs analysis to remember, guys and gals. Determine their goal. Establish the gap. Get their emotional why. Determine their level of motivation to achieve the goal. Right? Use the 28 questions in the needs analysis. Self-discovery to clarify their reality. Those are the keys. It's not a presentation. The needs analysis is a setup to the presentation. Right? And those are some of the key questions to ask. Where are you at? Where do you want to go? What's holding you back from getting there? When you get there, how's your life going to be different? On a scale of 1 to 10, how committed are you to getting there? Right? Those types of questions to lead them and set them up to where they want the solutions on how to get there. Those are all things that we teach in the Rockstar recruiting program that's starting next week. All right, what are some of your key benefits and value propositions? consulting, coaching, right? That's either your involvement in their business if you're working with the top 20%, MAPS, your productivity coaching, helping them navigate, through the tools and systems that we have and helping them, put together a plan with accountability. Your environment of productivity. What's your office environment, right? What's ALC all about? What's the idea sharing all going on? What are you guys doing there that's different and unique? Education, obviously, advanced agent education. Family reunion as an example, MegaCap, Masterminds, Bold, all the regional things that are going on and the local things in your market center. It's one of our huge value propositions. 33 touch, now 36 touch client follow-up system, right? Which is separate than our technology platform, right? Because we had that in the MRA book before we had Command, right? So that's a standalone. And then obviously our technology and Command and consumer app. And then the MRA models and tools like Keller Mortgage covered in the referral network. Those are some of the key benefits. I think most agents, I would say 95% of them can benefit from these in some fashion. They can do a better job getting a higher rate of return from their database, right? They can all benefit from advanced agent education, like we did last week, and hearing from people that are doing, 3 and 4 and now 5,000 transactions a year, right? You can definitely learn from people like that. So, and then the technology, as we know, and the MREA, models and systems. Here's that 10-step presentation we talked about. Okay, 10 steps. Present the benefit, provide evidence, ask them if they see value, ask them how they would use it in their business, and then have them quantify it. How many additional transactions do you see yourself adding to your business over the next 12 months with this? Write down their answers. Reaffirm their answers after you get done presenting all those benefits on the previous slide. Ask them what their average gross commission is per deal. And then multiply those additional transactions they said they could add to their business times that average gross commission and tie that into their goal. So you said you saw yourself adding, 4 from our advanced agent education, 5 from our technology platform, 4 from our coaching and support, 3 from the referral network. Correct. That's a total of 10 transactions, correct? Yes. What's your average gross commission per deal? Well, it's $7,000. That's $70,000 in additional income, or $6,000 a month. Now, we were talking earlier, the needs analysis. You said your goal is to go from 75,000 to 150. You want to double your income this year. Can you see how by just plugging yourself in and not even working any harder, you can accomplish that goal this year? Let's get started. Okay. All right. Real quick. Next week, March 4th, the next Rockstar recruiting program starts. It consists of 12 one-hour live go-to-meeting sessions like this, where we really go through deep dives of all those components of recruiting mastery that we talked about. Also, what's included is a weekly live webcam session where you can come on and prospect together as a group with me helping you on the phones. That's also included. Plus all the videos, scripts, smart plans. I've created all kinds of recruiting and marketing templates for recruits. That you get all that stuff with the program, all kinds of great recruiting materials and dialogues and scripts and so on. Okay, so it's only $199 a month, 6-month program, and your entire leadership team can participate for just one registration. That means you can have your ATL, your PC, your MCA, your front desk, whoever's helping you with recruiting growth committee, all participate for one registration and create that synergy. We have a lot of people that jump on the webcam sessions where they're prospecting together with their teams, and I work with them, and you can work with other team leaders and hear what other people are saying, and they can all learn this, and so you can row in the same direction, right, for all one price. Okay, and by the way, I announced this last week. It ends today, the 22nd. We have $100 off promo that ends today. There's the promo code, Family Reunion Special, FR Special. So if you want to get enrolled in it, today would be the day to save $100 on the program, or We'll go ahead and get you enrolled before it starts. Starts March 4th. All right. So here's some of the topics that we cover. Right, we've talked about some of these: the plan, the targets, the recruiting strategies, handling objections, leveraging the hires, all of those things. We talk about, creating a wow experience. We also talk about understanding the personality styles and how to communicate better with people. Agent business plans, coaching, schedule management, retention, mindset, right? Creating leverage, right? The future models of the PC and the productivity director division. The dependent model, we touch on all these things, right? From the leadership playbook as well. Okay, for additional support, guys, a lot of you know this, there's also virtual assistance help, Cyber Recruiter. If you're interested in that, go ahead and just shoot me a message and we can get you set up with it there as well. If you have any questions, let's go through it. Here's my contact information, everybody. And you can shoot me a text, shoot me an email, whatever works best. Let me see if there's any other questions in the chat. Go ahead and write some stuff in there. I think I addressed most of the questions. Anybody have any questions that we haven't already addressed? Okay, if you do, go right ahead and again, just email me or shoot me a message. We'll go ahead and get to those. Thank you guys for your participation and hope to see you in the Rockstar Recruiting Program. All right, everybody, have a great one. See ya. Bye-bye.